Hello, Miriam and Alex. I actually, well, I don't really know where to start, but I think I can just leap in where probably you, Miriam, and I probably can just, connect without any kind of explanation or whatever. Like we, like you do stuff like, I guess I don't really know how to define it, but it's, for an example, like, there's art therapy. Art therapy is just something that people will, not me, like I'm not really, I used to be like into art when I was a child and teenager, big time. And then I stopped being interested in art, but I'm always into improving things and finding solutions, and I find a lot of because I've got trauma, I can't just relax. I have to replace the trauma, the work that I do that has to do with the trauma, and I don't mean trauma therapy, because you can't do trauma therapy while the attacks are still occurring, but I can't just, I desperately need rest, and there are times when I really, I have time to rest, or I know that I can carve time out, or I must carve time out to rest, but I cannot rest, like my brain won't go off it, and that's not a decision that I might make, that's a trauma response. It's not something that you've got much control over, and over time, I suppose, if I became safe, I could fix myself, but when you're in the middle of it, you just don't get that opportunity. It's like, as I've said to my mum, but in a slightly different context, it's like, trying to narrate a boxing game while you're like in the ring. Like, so you've just, if you can take time out, the only way that I can take time out is by focusing my attention somewhere else, and that is very active. And something that I've been getting a bit of hostility from staff here, and I think it's because I'm just probably trying to solve problems that really are not my business to solve. But there's one thing that I've noticed, and it's like the food storage thing. I don't know really if you guys sort of managed to be here long enough, or had the focus anyway to really concern yourselves with that, but the food storage situation is kind of weird. So I'll show you my, like, what I do, and this has been a bit of like, this is something that I've come to do when I live in such situations, or when it's sure, there's a great angle. Just when you don't want to buy a lot of stuff. I actually bought a fucking kick-ass fucking thing. It's this thing. Fuck, man. It was $10, which is not $10 that I want to spend, but it's like a drawer. It's not like a drawer, it is a drawer with a platform on top, which is bloody brilliant. And then I've got my wine box, which I've very lightly sort of reinforced with some cut-offs, but largely, and I've got someone's like Cocoa Pops cut, and like I'm just doing basic sort of reinforcing just so the whole thing doesn't sort of fall over. But basically, like, that is my space. I don't want people putting, like, this whole bag thing, like, you'll find people put, like, 3 things in there, and it takes up so much space. And then there are things behind, like I'm not into people putting things behind my stuff. So I've actually tried to bring it forward and then put, I don't know, something else in there. It's just the thing is, like, it needs to be accessible, right? And the fridge was cleaned out today, and like, that's all good, but like these things just spill over everywhere. And I'm not saying you can't take all the space required to have that food. I'm just saying let's do it in a way where it's contained. And I feel like solutions that I enact here, like, there is no way to you can wash your hands, but you can't dry your hands in a tea towel. And I don't think tea towels, like, it's not really hand hygiene. And also, like, there's just a lot of stuff where you can't dry your hands on anything clean. Like, people are putting, I notice that sometimes people put like hand towels on the floor as bath mats because those bath mats are terrible, but you can't get a new hand towel. So I've been putting out things like serviettes and stuff where, like, okay, well, I'm not really getting anywhere with FedEx with this stuff. Like, they just go, well, we change the hand towels twice a day, morning and afternoon. And I'm like, so a hand towel that's hygienic has nothing to do with your cleaning schedule. It has all to do with whether it's wet and dirty, and it takes like 4 people to use it before it should be changed, especially when you don't know what the fuck they're doing with them. Like, are people sometimes picking them up off the floor after they've been used as a, you know, so I try to put in like sort of hand towels and that kind of thing, and then I find them thrown out, and it's like, I'm actually spending money on this, and it just sort of like, I think these are really good solutions, but whatever, it's like, it's not my place, so it's not my job. But I think that it's a really good idea to have boxes that contain stuff. Like, I don't care, like, you can have that great big bag of stuff in there if you want. Like, people are allowed to have the food, you know. Some people are long stayers. Like, I take more food space than others. Like, I've got 2 wooden cupboards because I'm here as a long stayer. I think that's appropriate. Like, there are some people who don't use the fridge at all. Like, one of my roommates, Henrik, you know, like, he would just eat out. Like, he was just like, I'm not even fucking around, you know, like, I'm not fucking around with it. But for the people who do, it's like, let's make it easier for them. And so I went to the supermarket, and I'm just really proud of myself. Like, so this is really, like, I want to show Alex, like, how do you think my engineering is? Like, the thing is, like, there's a wine box. You should have seen, I will show you, like, how I stacked. I carried so many boxes home. I was like a Tetris fucking queen. It's like, Russia, I don't care that you not only stopped supporting Tetris or letting new technology use Tetris. I don't care about that. What I care about is that you didn't license it to anybody. And I'm a libertarian. You don't have to, Russia, you do not have to license Tetris to anybody. If you want Tetris to die, that's fine. I don't care. But I am still going to do Tetris at the supermarket, and I fucking Tetris the shit out of these boxes. And now, this is what I really want to impress Alex with. Look at my reinforcing. Like, I haven't got the most amazing reinforcing tools here, but this means that you can put something on the top. And these are sturdy enough, obviously, because they're, you know, kind of stout. But this is kind of what they like. I'm honestly, like, I really want some praise here. I've reinforced as much as I can because I've got limited, you know, I've only got so much masking tape, but I've been chopping off bits of another thing and like, check out this reinforcing, this was really wobbly before, and now I reckon that would handle something. And then I've got these things that if you've got enough space, you can put these on fucking top, right? Like, I feel like I need some recognition for my genius because I think staff are just gonna chuck it all out. But I'm going like hard out, like check out these fucking cool boxes, like there's a box for anybody, no need to like put all your fucking yogurt or, you know, hummus or 1 carrot or, you know, it's just like have a box of your choice. Like check out these fucking kick-ass boxes. This was a prize, but even better. Oh, there's an even better fucking, oh no, that was the big marshmallow box prize. That's pretty good marshmallow box prize. Oh my god, like I'm just like, see, staff food on the bench. These are just so great. And I really wanted to share it with someone who may possibly be able to appreciate what I'm doing. And also, if Alex decides he doesn't want that job, I'm ready to go. Anyway, it'd be nice to, you can send video messages back to me. It's a little bit difficult, but when they're this long, but what I do is I upload them to YouTube and then I sort of set them to like if they're private, you know, if they're not, if I'm violating anybody's privacy, then, you know, like if what I'm saying is likely to identify them, because I can say all sorts of things, really the privacy problem is only if the person can be identified and therefore, you know, have their reputation or whatever. I don't think I've done that with you, but what I do is I just set the video to unlisted. If I had my computer here, I could do the studio sort of thing, so I can set it to private and then just email you the link and then only you can see it. But anyway, it's quite a good method of communicating with each other. I'm sure there's a much easier way, but that's the way I do it, so I'll probably upload this and send it to you. And yeah, it'd be really cool to see, know what you've been up to in Auckland and stuff. You'll be making so many different plans. I guess you'll be going back to, well, just in case, I'm just gonna, well, I won't say where you'll be going back to. But yeah, you guys will be like working very hard as a team, getting all this stuff, this exciting stuff sorted out, and it can be easier just to like send a, you know, video message and just blah blah blah, you know, like it's a bit easier than having to compose something. And yeah, but yeah, I'm just desperate for someone to go, my god, Caitlin, you are already a fully fledged engineer.